The most effective method to feed your mind with positive energy to have a great life. Self-awareness success. Did you realize that what you state and compose directly affects your life? A large portion of us don't have the foggiest idea about this, and regardless of whether we know, we don't put stock in it, since it looks unthinkable. It would seem that a notion to accept that what we state and compose impacts our lives. However, I need to disclose to you something which is significantly harder to accept. Even what you think impacts your life too. Our lives are the aftereffects of our musings. Watch your contemplations, they become words. Watch your words, they become activities. Watch your activities, they become propensities. Watch your propensities, they become character. Watch your character, for it turns into your fate. Frank Outlaw. I'd prefer to reveal some significant realities that are difficult to accept. It is up to you on the off chance that you need to trust them or not. In any case, in the event that you like to live more prosperous, you need to accept these realities. In the event that your life is improving each day, you can make it shockingly better, since it is your entitlement to have a daily existence which is great, stunning, and remarkable. In the event that your life is the thing that it was utilized to be in the previous 5 years, with no improvement, at that point you are losing a great deal. What's more, if your life isn't what it must be and is deteriorating each day, at that point you need to accomplish something right away. Simply start from your musings, and all that else will improve. All that will change naturally, in the event that you figure out how to take care of your considerations with positive vitality. Lamentably, a great many people have figured out how to do the inverse. They feed their musings with antagonism constantly. Perhaps you can't change the world's monetary and political circumstances. Perhaps you can't change the nature and the climate of the region you live in. Perhaps you can't change. There are a lot of things you can't change, regardless of whether you burn through billions of dollars, and regardless of whether you have the most grounded armed force on the planet. Yet, there is something you can change and improve it and better each day, and evolving it transforms you, your mind. You are the proprietor of your brain and considerations. You can control them. You can program your brain to have great and positive musings consistently. You can do the inverse as well. In the event that your psyche is brimming with negative contemplations, they trouble you constantly. In any case, you can transform them without any problem. The negative considerations have been there for endless years. You are utilized to them. They come, get intensified, and copied all alone, in light of the fact that you have permitted them to do that. Why not having positive contemplations rather than the negative? What focal points do the negative considerations have for you? The base harm they have is that they don't let you make an amazing most. They remove your joy and serenity. However, they are more hurtful than this. They program your life toward misery and disappointment. On the off chance that you believe you aren't as fortunate as what you like to be, it is simply because of your musings. In this way, change your musings, and afterward, your life will change and it will become what you merit. You have the right to have an extraordinary life, regardless of what your identity is, the manner by which old you are, the place you are from, and what you have been doing as such far. How might you do that? It is a lot simpler than you can ever envision. You simply need to quit thinking and expressing the things that have any indications of cynicism. Rather, make your brain and talk brimming with energy and magnificence. Your thoughts 1. Never talk about the terrible and disagreeable occasions of your life. On the off chance that you do that, you are taking care of the cynicism they have left in your brain, as when you water the weeds. You don't care for the weeds to demolish your nursery. Additionally, you shouldn't permit the negative musings to destroy your psyche. At the point when you talk about hopelessness, setback, calamity, and incidents, you are developing and taking care of these hurtful weeds in your psyche. Sooner or later, they possess all over and they don't permit even one single positive and wonderful idea to ring a bell. So here is the thing that you need to do starting now and into the foreseeable future. Rather than discussing the terrible occasions and accidents, talk about the entertaining and lovely occasions. Be mindful so as not to permit the negative considerations to take the control again and make you dismal while you are discussing the beneficial things. Giggle as much as could be expected under the circumstances, when you talk about the great occasions and stories and make the audience members snicker moreover. Regardless of whether there is no one there to hear you out, converse with yourself. There isn't anything amiss with it. I am utilized to make wisecracks to myself and snicker when I am distant from everyone else. Similar jokes that I know for quite a while are still excessively clever for me and make me snicker uproarious when I recall them in my brain grin. Make jokes and have a great time regardless of whether you will be wiped out and you feel torment. Remember that in the event that you focus on anything, you make it more grounded. In the event that you focus on agonies and issues, you make them more grounded and you empower them to control you in your life. Rather, give a great deal of consideration to great and lovely things. Never talk about your agonies. Never state you don't feel better, or you feel awful. Continuously state you are well indeed and will show signs of improvement and better each second. Trust me that on the off chance that you do as such, you can overcome even the most grounded issues and diseases. Simply attempt it. It is free. No one will charge you for the positive considerations you will have in your brain. Be that as it may, you generally follow through on the cost of your awful considerations. Along these lines, supplant them with great considerations. 2. Take advantage of any short wonderful second in your life. In the event that you do as such, they extend and copy and make as long as you can remember loaded with bliss, as though you are living in paradise. Paradise is the thing that you work for yourself. Is anything but an exceptional spot. Once in a while when you feel so great and you believe you are in heaven, somebody who is sitting close to you feels like damnation. Along these lines, feeling great is about what you have in your psyche. Copy great and charming considerations and let them encompass you. Appreciate every single second of the great and euphoric occasions. 3. Give positive vitality to other people. This doesn't squander your positive vitality, it enhances it. You feel greatly improved when you express great and vigorous words to other people. Alternately, you feel terrible when you debilitate the others and give them negative vitality. Make the others feel better and glad, and you feel much improved and more joyful. Become cheerful when you see individuals are upbeat and effective and assist them with turning out to be more joyful and more fruitful. Assuming this is the case, you pull in their joy and achievement and similar beneficial things will occur in your life as well. 4. Continuously observe beneficial things in all things, regardless of whether they don't look that great toward the start. For instance, when you see an awful crash that has murdered a few people, say, express gratitude toward God. It could be a great deal more awful than this. Put forth a valiant effort to discover at any rate one valid statement regardless, even the awful ones. 5. Have something great and vivacious in anything you state. For instance, on the off chance that you need to request that your companion bring some tea, state, "If it's not too much trouble, get me some tea, my exquisite companion." In the event that your youngster requests that you purchase a costly toy, don't state, "I can't bear the cost of it." In such a case that you do, you will never manage the cost of it in the future as well. Something your state becomes reality, on the grounds that your psyche programs your life as indicated by it. In any event, something you believe is that way. Regardless of whether you imagine that you can't manage the cost of something, you truly can't bear the cost of it in the future as well, in light of the fact that your psyche trusts in this idea generally speaking that must be obeyed in your life. Your inner mind thinks all that you state and think. Rather than saying or suspecting you can't bear the cost of something, challenge your psyche to make your life such that you become ready to manage the cost of it soon. You can do this by saying or figuring, "How might I manage the cost of this?" On the off chance that you state or think that way, at that point you are pushing your psyche to take a gander at what you state, as a location that must be found. It rules and projects your life toward finding the location, regardless of whether you forget about it. Your brain and subliminal consistently take a shot at the subjects, behind the scene, in any event, when you overlook the subjects. Rather than saying, "I can't do it," say, "How might I do it?" On the off chance that you do as such, your psyche begins taking a shot at the task and figures out how to empower you to do it in one way or another. 6. Keep away from antagonistic individuals, places, music, sites, news, and anything that cause you to feel awful and negative. Zeroing in on cynicism doesn't take you to a decent spot. It just brings you down. Investing your energy with antagonistic individuals and tuning into what they state, burns through your time, yet in addition ruins your life and future. Evade individuals who cause you to feel awful. Evade the individuals who don't give you a decent sense. Great thoughts. Closing. It is about your brain and musings. You don't need to battle the negative contemplations that have caught your psyche. Simply consider the positive things starting now and into the foreseeable future, and the negative musings will vanish without anyone else. Top off your brain with positive and beneficial things, and your life will get filled by certain and beneficial things. Begin doing this at the present time and never stop it.